W30, your local sports station in high definition. This is the Sonic High School Sports Blast, the only weekly program covering high school sports in the Mid-South. This week's show is brought to you by Sonic, America's Drive-In, and by Family Leisure, where family and fun come together. Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Benson and Brian Finley.
Hello, it is time for another edition of Sonic High School Sports Blast. I'm Jessica Benson, he's Brian Finley. We have a great show ahead for you, as always.
Think of us as your master key for unlocking the puzzle that is the high school basketball postseason. From city championships to districts to regionals and state play, you can always go to us in the clutch to sort it out.
Maybe you.
Maybe me. I don't know. You've done it pretty well getting the scheduling. It sure has. It's a learning experience, but we are going to conquer it with you here. So what is on the menu for today's show? We have a recap of this week's big high school games, and there were some good ones. We also go against the grain. Great inspirational message from Academy Award-winning coach Bill Courtney. And we recognize those student athletes who embody hard work in the classroom.
But as always, we start with the good stuff, the highlights.
And the private schools finishing their regular season, Christian Brothers has already clinched the 1 seed from their region, and their student section, if they had rankings, gets number 1. If that was a thing, I tell you what, the Cameron Crazies better beware. MUS coming in and facing that purple wave.
And the wave with just 3 losses on the season. Now, the last time we had Christian Brothers on this show, we saw an insane performance from Ryan Schweitzer. He had 6 threes last week against St. Benedict, 6 threes last month against Houston. I learned today he has a nickname, the Accountant, because he has no emotion, just threes. Shout out to the people on Memphis Twitter account for that one. I like it. It worked out perfectly going in to the game tonight. MUS, CBHS, as always, it's rocking in their first quarter. What do you know? Ryan Schweitzer doing what he does best. 1, 2, 3. MUS tries to answer. Caleb London misses the jumper. Brothers Williams Douglas snatches the rebound, but Josh Gray rips him. Ties up the game. Christian Brothers, how low can you go? You can always go down low with Jacob Lyons. Perfect position, easy bucket. Purple wave up 2 later. Douglas making up for his turnover with a nice pull-up J. Christian Brothers starting to roll. Purple wave. They share it. They swing it. Sets up Schweitzer for, another 3. MUS working it. Comes down. Sets up. Zach Street. Knocks down a 3 of his own, but Christian Brothers wins a close one, 41-40. And here's a stat for you. This senior class never has lost a region game. 16A semifinals at Mitchell. The defending state champion Tigers looking sharp, taking on Maz. Tyron Davis, the lob to Dominique Marion for 2. Mo Sanders, right back at you, buries the 3 for the Tigers. Then Mitchell breaking out on the break. Joe Johnson can't get the layup to fall, but Marion right there for the putback. This little arch there. Maz trying to come back as Tyrell Party gets the party started. Too easy, hooping the foul. Tyron Davis coming back. Strong drive for Mitchell as he uses the glass for 2. But Dominique Marion, too much. The Tigers, too much for Maz. Marion gets the layup. Coming back, goes reverse. Mitchell wins 61-50. District championship matchup for Olive Branch and South Haven. If you look right at the camera, probably going to put you on. The Keysters establishing total world domination from the starter. Just dunking domination led by none other than DJ Jeffries. OB on an 8-0 run to start the game. The alley-oop off the inbound. Shamar Brown keeps it going. Olive Branch's transition game had the Chargers seeing stars. Teamwork makes the dream work. Don't even have words for that one. But Kelvin Allen had 20 points. President of his fan club had the poster and the Dougie. This game had a late start. I could only stay for the first quarter, but Jeffries got my back. Second dunk at the quarter. Doing something right. Chargers finally getting some offense going at the end of the first. James Richards, the crossover, the jumper. Chargers still trailed 24-11. This one, all Olive Branch. They win 87-62.
Highlight tapes are not exactly full of mid-range jump shots. Let's be honest, a 15-foot jumper won't get a crowd on its feet screaming for joy. But if there is a man who puts the cool in the 8-foot pull-up, it's Douglas's Parrish Hewitt and his 21 second-half points dooming Raleigh, Egypt Friday. And it is the 16 AA semis, and Tresvant, the host, Early first quarter, Hewitt getting his assist numbers up as he is attacking, and he dumps it down for Darian Lowe on the receiving end. Red Devils down 3. Pharaohs using the fast break to widen their lead. Jadakiss Williams, the hammer. Second quarter, Douglas's Marquita Washington to Marquavius Hampton. Nice deceptive fake, cutting off the weak side as Hampton for the deuce. Red Devils behind by 15, and then the Pharaohs with a 3-point barrage. Robert Davis hits the 3. And then Michael James says, "What about me?" And he knocks down the triple. Raul Egypt on top by 18. Now, how's this? Last seconds of the second quarter, full court pass to Nathan Payne for Douglas. That play energized the Red Devils. They come back and win it, 68-59. District 14 AAA semifinals, Arlington and Bolton. DeMichael Young with the crossover there, attacking the runner with the right hand. The floater is good, and the Wildcats up. Then Ray Price with the rebound and the stick back for the Tigers. Luke Weissman gets the first 2 points of the game for the Tigers as he knifes inside, and then Morgan Garner answers right back, filling it up from long range for the Wildcats. And then DeCorian Kelly, this guy's got hops, he's got the steal. He's got one man to beat, sidesteps his defender and lays it in. Turnover's the key to the game, and the Wildcats is DeMarco Morgan ripping the ball away and putting it off the window. And in Bolton, the stunner, they win 57-52. Mississippi Region 1 6A consolation game. Horn Lake taking on DeSoto Central. Eagles picking up steam at the end of the first half. Jitarius Gordon knocks it in, and Horn Lake up by 1 at halftime. And then Jaguars down 5 in the third. Simmet Jones, the 3, and that gets them within 2. Horn Lake held on to a 1-point lead going into the fourth, and Gordon just carrying his team, getting to the rim and the foul. He had 40 points, puts Horn Lake back up 3. Every time their lead was in jeopardy, Gordon the answer. Man, he was special in this one. And then Jones trying to do the same for DeSoto. Strong take off the glass and 1. But the 3-point play gets the Jaguars within 1 at the 42nd mark. Horn Lake wins 69-66.
The Olive Branch girls basketball team is good, like really good. Going into Friday night's district championship game, they had just a single loss to their name. Friday trying to bring home the first piece of hardware on their road to a hopeful state appearance. Perhaps even better than the Conquistadors, though. The dancing king of Olive Branch firing everyone up Friday night. Apparently, even Horn Lake at the start. They had the Keisters off their A game. Erica Richardson with a game-high 18 points. But once Olive Branch heats up, there's just no cooling them down. Mahogany Vaught takes it baseline and 1. Puts OB up 15-10 in the second quarter. Vaught with 14 points tonight. They led by 30-14 at half. I'm telling you, that's the best timeout halftime entertainment in the Mid-South. Mississippi State commit Maya Taylor didn't have her most electrifying game. Still put up 12 points. Commanded the floor like the girl boss she was. And this was working for OB all night. Giving it to Katie Blackman down low. Led the Conquistadors with 16 points. They roll 54-35, now 29-1 and district champions. Meanwhile, Mitchell taking on Memphis Business Academy. Handshakes for everyone. Denisha Taylor can't get the layup to fall, but Bertonia Beatty there to help her out for the rebound and the putback for Mitchell. Denisha Taylor comes up with the steal for the Tigers. Takes it in. Easy off the right side and the score. Mequia Rucker coming up big for NBA, working the inside game, getting them to fall. Mitchell Taylor with the nice pass to Beatty. She gets to Beatty with a team-high 22 points for Mitchell. Later this time it's Beatty with the steal. She'll pass it out to Taylor for the easy two. Taylor would finish with 19 points. This one all Mitchell. Taylor to Miata Borders. They do it again. Mitchell wins big 68-21.
District 14 AAA semifinals, Cordova versus Arlington. The Tigers the host. We begin early on at the tip, and Andriana Rister camping outside in the corner. Somebody get a hand in her face. Knocks down the 3 for the Wolves. Then Caitlin Wilson motors baseline, lays it in for the Tigers. They answer, and then Courtney Albrick Gets things going for the Wolves. Nobody guarding her on the weak side as she cut to the hoop, and then Nia Stewart. The elbow jumper is good. And the mid-range jumper working there, and then Stewart again. The turnover, driving and scoring, and in for two for the Tigers. And then Kaya Clark driving in for the layup for the Wolves. And later on, it's Lynetta Williams. Bruising down low and gets the finish. Arlington trounces Cordova, 47-28. In the girls' 16 AA semifinals, Craigmont battling with Raleigh, Egypt. Third quarter, Pharaoh's Zakia Head comes in slashing, misses. Dacia Bland there to clean up the mess. She was ultra reliable in this game. Raleigh, Egypt up big later in the third. Head has the ball and scores about any time she wants, making it look effortless on that play. The Pharaohs in front by 23. Still in the third, Chiefs mount a run. Nakia Brown stops and drills the mid-range J. Craigmont down 19 after three quarters. Early in the fourth, Exhibit A. And while you always follow your shot, Mariah Houston shows you how to get it done. But Raleigh, Egypt has a grade A rebounder, a bruiser on the boards. That was Tasha there, and led the way offensively for the Pharaohs. They win 74-52 and advance to the finals.
Good reminder to always follow your shot.
Yes.
Good reminder that after the break, we always come back with more. Time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, we catch up with one Mid-South football player and his decision to play at the next level.
And also coming up, we introduce you to this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week.